Welcome to the Supercar Connection podcast. Find us on social media at Supercar Connection and full episodes weekly on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. I'm Gavin, this is my boy Joe, and we're here to talk about cars.
I don't think we've ever talked about Porsche, you and me. I think you like the GT3 RS.
He goes,
Yeah.
now this is a solely first impression thing. Noel and I start talking, right? We start conversating over the 720S, and I start talking. I'm like, well, what do you think? What car do you want to get? What would you get? And we start talking about Aston Martin, McLaren, and then he looks at me and he's like, I don't know, like I kind of like a Porsche. And then as soon as he said that, I was like,
in my defense, though, right? So we've been chatting about this. I like to go like against the grain when it comes to cars, and I'm talking for like the last 10 years. I was very fond of like the GT2 RS.
Yeah, GT2 RS slaps. I like that car. I like that car.
And this is when it was like less popular, less common. I think now like the GT3 RS is like a TikTok car.
very much so.
Yeah, 100%.
Very much so.
Especially the 992.
Yeah,
so
that's all that it's
I've had
become.
Admiration and appreciation for Porsche, particularly the RS, for many, many, many years. But yeah, more recently there's a tremendous amount of hype going around that. So it's not for that particular reason, but I think it's a dope car. I think it looks incredibly cool. I think it looks sick. You know, I'm not as versed in cars as what you guys are here, so I can't talk about the finer details of it. I just think they look dope and they sound sick. So
Well, there's no misconception here. You and I are probably equally as versed in cars. There's no by no means are we sitting here trying
The
to be
two
experts.
most overhyped things is Porsche as a brand. Okay, 'cause
in
the-
its fucking entirety is what it
the
is.
majority of their cars are mid, I'm not going to lie. And two is the LFA.
The LFA.
I fucking hate the LFA. There was one when I dropped off my SVJ at Speed Shield, a place that does like PPFs and stuff, and one was there, and we cold started it. It sounded like the Cullinan.
Just something like that. And that's the only thing that that car can really highlight is its sound.
That's the only thing that's known for.
You
is
really
the
have
sound.
to you have to rip it to get the
really,
sound.
really,
You're-
really high RPM.
You're spending
That's why it
$1
was like
million
11,000 or something like that, something ridiculous.
You're spending $1 million.
Just for that.
For that.
Didn't Yamaha hop on that exhaust system too?
Yeah, literally.
That's insane. So you
You
tell
know,
me
Yamaha makes like pianos and like
Yeah.
Yeah, like the music.
sound
Yeah, it was a
equipment.
Yamaha collab.
yeah,
For sure.
and then all
So
that
they
for them.
they literally dialed it. The noise was their job, how to make this car sound crazy, and it does at 9,000 RPMs. But the cold start, the down low, the idle is weak sauce.
Well, because it screams like a V12 does, but for a V10,
Mm-hmm.
like especially like high RPM, yeah, it screams just like the V12 does.
but
Compared to like an Aventador cold start,
No.
nothing. Especially with that Voodoo exhaust.
yeah, but now we're talking. You got talking about events that are talking at a whole different range of car and everything in between. Because what is the power numbers on an LFA?
I don't even know.
I
I
don't even know that by heart because that's how unimportant. This
I want to
shit is
say
me.
like the hits like 300 kilometers though, or some shit.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Noel, what's the kilometer mile conversion there? Or do I not?
0.6.
The 6 right there.
1.6.
1.6
Yeah.
like that.
300's like
That's not bad.
220, something like that.
Yeah.
It's almost there.
Or
But still,
205.
even still, for the money you're getting for that car, it's an absolute joke. There's shit 300K to 400K less that I would get in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's not like it's never been like a performance. I mean, obviously it's fast in generic terms, but it's never been like a real performance car outside of. I mean, compared to like what a lot of these cars can do, it's literally the sound and like the limited and the fan base. I mean, those cars were like 350 when they came out new, and they didn't sell them all. It wasn't
No,
like it
they
was
literally couldn't sell them.
Yeah, it took years for that to like catch on and
for,
become something people wanted.
Took for an episode of Fast and Furious.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, it took for a fucking epilogue. Like
Was it in that Fast?
an entire series
Yeah.
for them to be
It was
like,
in Fast and Furious?
One of the Fast and Furious, yeah.
Bro, I need to get the 4C and the Fast and Furious and get those numbers
Get those
up.
values up?
And I just roll it right into my R8.
How much you know about the 4C?
That's like one of the first gen McLarens.
No,
The Alfa Romeo, my bad. The Alfa
Oh,
Romeo. The Alfa
no,
Romeo.
what am I
thinking of? What am I thinking of? The 12
The
something?
MP12C or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
The 4C is the Alfa
That's a
Romeo.
TikTok car
the
now.
Pocket,
That is.
The Pocket kind of looks like a supercar, but has a.
It's
four
actually
cylinder.
pretty.
It
It's
looks
actually
like a Ferrari from the back, but sounds like a Fiat.
you know about this stuff, man. Don't downplay your knowledge.
I
You know about this.
I was big
He's gaslighting me. Acting like he doesn't know about
I was
cars.
big time into cars, right? Big. I was obsessed with cars. Like you see these kids go to the car shows here and they got their cameras and they're taking pictures. I was obsessed.
You still are, dude.
I mean,
Yeah, listen to him.
On the low.
I
On the
fell
low. On the
out
low.
of it. I fell out of it. I mean, my interests. I really got more into bodybuilding. I kind of got consumed with bodybuilding, and but I still love cars. I absolutely love cars. I have a big admiration and appreciation for cars. But I just don't know like the finer details like I used to. I don't know the engine specs and like
The
all
new
this,
crap is all,
you
it
know,
gets
the very
very,
high level.
it's all this and that.
V12
And
or a
there's-
V10 or a V8 or inline or whatever. And like
it's all fluff at the end of the day, though. It's all that it is. It's
Well,
like
if
they're
if you could have any car under $1 million, what would it be then?
under an M.
Yeah.
That's a decent
That's a
margin.
wide. That's a wide
that-
ride.
that
That's a
is-
wide.
That's pretty much
Let's
like
bracket it. So broad
Yeah.
up to $1 million.
yeah.
What are we going for?
pick
Just
like-
any
okay,
desirable
okay.
car.
Just any car you want.
Any car.
The
Pick top
Black
3.
Series.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wow, that's
I like
actually
the
a really
Black
good pick.
Series.
How
I
about
think
that?
that's absolutely gorgeous. Under $1 million, let's say under like 500.
Breaking it down.
Shoot.
Well, the Black Series right now is like
370.
350,
Yeah,
400.
yeah.
They're that low right now.
Yeah.
Remember when they were like 650?
That's kinda why I'm
Not
tripping.
that
I'm like,
many
I didn't know they
people.
got that low.
Not that many people want to buy them. It's very like.
So then, what's the
niche.
hype about them? Why is everyone obsessive about them?
They look sick,
But besides that,
and their track times
Yeah,
killer.
That's what it
Nürburgring
is.
Was wild.
because everyone buys that car and then tracks it.
Yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah, because
everyone loves a Nürburgring time.
Yeah, everyone loves Nürburgring.
Loves
time.
a Nürburgring time. Super important.
But yeah, ridiculous. But,
That or STO. Very jealous of Kevin's STO.
Oh, you haven't driven it yet, huh? You should take it to the next one.
Yeah, man, I haven't driven it
honestly,
either.
It's one of the most aesthetic cars.
Yeah.
Just the kit that they've got on there. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It sounds good. It looks good. It's just.
his specifically, or like just even the base STO? Because I believe yours has is supercharged, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So his specifically.
STO in general, base STO. I mean, there was a white one that we saw earlier at
That was nice.
Tactical. It was okay. I like it when they go like wild with
Yeah.
the
You
decals.
got to go
and-
crazy on color for that. Yeah.
100%.
We go out with the colors and yeah.
There's no reason you
that
get
would
that
be
car.
like my 2 picks. Lower than that, if we go into a bit of a lower price range, I'm kind of, just a little bit fixated on the red label BMW XM.
Really?
The
Yeah, I
XM.
think
Dude,
it's
they're
so
they're sick.
sexy.
I went
So
yesterday.
sexy.
and
That's I did not expect that at all.
I saw one on the freeway in front of me, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Dude, they just look so futuristic.
It doesn't
Yeah,
even
that's
have
true.
a BMW badge on the back.
No, it doesn't.
I was like, "What the fuck? This looks like."
It's like the most modern cube I've ever seen in my entire life.
I
don't know how they did that.
Iron Man on the tollway, just like fucking staring at me, and I was like, "Geez, this is hot." And then looked into like what it was, and yeah, it's a.
Have you driven one yet? We should go.
Did you
Yeah,
drive,
we
did you
changed
drive
that,
it
yeah.
yesterday?
Yeah.
How to drive?
It felt like the X6M suspension wise, handling wise, but power output was probably like an additional 15%.
Really?
And it's like way more instant because it's twin turbo V8 plus the hybrid. And I think it's like 750 horse, something close to that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
What is those
750,
060 time? Like
760,
mid
somewhere
twos?
around there.
Or it's
I
not
think
that
it's.
crazy.
I think
It's still a big-
I think it's 3 or
big car.
3.1.
3-1.
Which is crazy. That
But it
car's
weighs
massive.
7,000 pounds.
Shit.
It's fucking heavy. Yeah.
It's a big car.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I actually don't know a lot about them. I just kind of saw it when they
I
like
just seen it.
announced it. I saw like the design of it, and I was like,
Go look at one in
Another
person
kind.
because trust me, pictures do
They-
not do that car justice.
The interior's sick
will.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you got to debadge it though, because they put the badge just kind of like randomly on the back. Did you notice that? Mm-mm. It's kind of weird. Like the XM, it's positioned. I'd scrape that
Yeah,
off.
there's no BMW,
Beat it
right?
on
And
the
it's
back.
just like XM.
Yeah, it's just like XM, and it's like kind of off to the side,
Yeah.
and weirdly,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I don't know.
Weight
Feels
distribution,
like
bro.
they just slapped it on it.
That 2 ounces was going to throw it
That
off.
would make
it
you,
might
yeah.
have. Honestly, there's no
Unsprung
chance
weight?
that it might have. Literally. Especially BMW, they do some questionable crap. Like my biggest knock on BMW as a brand is the fact that they are reluctant to do like a supercar.
Yeah.
Like the M8 platform, like when the M8 was coming out, that was their opportunity to be like, all right, we've done like the high end, like whatever you want to call it, sports car market. Now we need to tap into kind of like what like even Mercedes will do, or the time to time, like I guess what you call like the higher end, like 911 model market.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, we're good. We'll just
Even
do
the
an
i8, they could have slapped something sick in the i8 because
I think they tried.
it was a
but
cool.
Well, because the i8 body looks
idea.
cool.
It
Yeah.
looks cool.
They're just slow as shit.
That's what I'm saying. They made even the M8. It's sleek, it's nice, but then when it comes to what it power, what everything that would make a supercar, which no one can define because there's 50 million definitions of a supercar out there, they just reluctant to do it. They should. I feel like if BMW made a supercar, it would probably be a nasty ass supercar.
Yeah.
They would shit on
could.
everything in like 220, 250.
I mean, if Audi can make a pretty sick supercar, BMW could.
is which Audi are you referring to?
All right.
R8.
What do you
Is it a pretty sick supercar?
I think so.
You think so?
For what it is, yeah.
For 150 to 170 grand, it slaps.
Is it
yeah.
a supercar?
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. Not even
makes you
close.
say that?
V10, rarity, price, look.
Naturally
Price
aspirated V10.
At what
mid-engine.
point do we get to that price point where we're like, all right, this is a supercar? 'Cause I feel like this is
I think
like
150 plus, you could start considering it, depending on what it is.
depending on what it is. So that's like where the consideration begins, type shit.
Shittiest car in the world, dude.
That thing sounds so.
Bro has
interesting.
fucking 9 supercars in here,
Whips
and
the
he
Model S.
takes the Model S.
Model S. You don't like Teslas like that then?
No.
What's your knock on them? Like, I know the knocks on them, but like,
There's
what?
no soul. They're mass produced.
Sounds like a Porsche.
There's probably 700 of them in my neighborhood.
Probably.
Like, there's literally one guy around the corner from me. He has 6. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
That seems reasonable.
He's got a couple same model. What he has, like 2 Model Ys and then an S and X.
I think they have like 5 Model Ys. But
His and hers of every.
every single
Do you
deal.
think churros them?
no.
No,
Well,
churro
like,
business.
out here, like if you're Indian, you have one. Like that's a
It's
fact.
standard.
Yeah, it's a
like
fact.
they don't allow you to be here unless you have.
Yeah, it's
one.
part of
Right,
your
it's
visa.
a requirement. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Either.
Cancel episode.
It just sounds like I'm telling you, baby. It sounds like you're just describing Porsche. Like if you didn't throw the Tesla on there, mass produced, soulless. What was the third one? Sorry, I don't mean to come at you. No, I don't mean to say that. I know Porsche's like your baby and stuff like that, but I have my biggest thing on those cars. And if you want to test this or you want to combat this, whatever, how do I describe it? I think what did I say in the car? What was my analogy in the car? It's like a Porsche. Like let's take the Turbo S, 992 Turbo S. That car is like chicken, broccoli, and rice. You can if you eat it every single day, 365 days a year, you will be lean, in shape, and you'll reach all your fitness goals. But you'll crave that little like what was our analogy, like a pizza?
Pizza.
Yeah, crave
So
that
in
pizza.
terms of power output, handling, comfortability, Turbo S is probably in the top 3 to 5 cars that exist. But when you drive it, you're like, I mean, yeah, everything's cool, but it's just like it just feels like,
Unspecial.
yeah. I don't know why.
It's soulless. I'm telling you, like literally, that was the biggest.
What do you
knock
care
on it.
most about, like when you're buying a car? What's the most important? Just
I just like
literally
things.
feeling?
I like now because it used to just be like cars that I liked, but now it's like cars that other people can't attain. I like, and then like cool specs. Like my SVJ is a 1 of 3. My STO, the MSRP was 470, like which is like I think the highest MSRP. Like I don't think it gets higher than that.
That might have been the best answer to that question I think I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is.
Cars that
now.
are unattainable to others. Well,
'cause
that's
when
I'm gonna start living by that.
like,
I'm gonna
all
start chasing shit that no one else can get.
Like
I
all of
that.
us in like the friend group, like we all have like supercars, right? And now it's like you like start like comparing like who has the better model now.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like
So who's got the better SVJ then? You or the other Kev?
well
You gotta
his
put
is,
yours directly.
his is a whatever it's called, not the convertible
Roadster.
Roadster. That's what it is. Yeah.
So,
So-
is that considered a better spec or a worse spec?
I think I mean it's white, so like I personally wouldn't get a white supercar. That's just me, but I think his spec is cool because white on white. I like that he did the white wheels. I think it's unique.
Those wheels. We got
White
to
wheels
see it
look
in
good.
person. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Yeah.
unreal spec.
Have you seen his? No. Well, I'll show you right now.
What's your take on the whole on the SVJ? You like that car?
Yeah, dude, first time I drove that car, anybody at Tactical Fleet will tell you, I drove it and I said, this car fucking sucks. I hated it. I literally made 20 videos just talking shit on it.
What'd you hate about it at first?
It was just clunky. It wasn't fast.
You're not a V12 guy. He hated the Vantage V12.
And-
You hated?
The turning point was the exhaust.
Yeah.
That's
when
what
I
sells
drove
that car.
when I drove Brett's, that one like changed my mind, even though he had every single light in the world on in it.
You know what exhaust he's running?
Voodoo.
Oh, Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Yeah. He has the exact same
Shout out
setup
Eric
as me and
Voodoo,
Pat.
Yeah.
Voodoo and HD.
Eric, man, is slinging it.
He really is slinging it.
Slinging it.
I love it. Hopefully Eric will do my next car. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Eric's playing games with me.
Eric, how many views do we
So
need
it's
to
this
get
white one
in
for-
order for you to slap
it's a
an
roadster
exhaust
for the
on
Supercar
top?
connection
Yeah.
on the next car. Either that or even
And it
do
has
the
white
458
wheels.
too, because we've been
So it's
talking about
white
that.
wheels,
he wants me
white
to go
car,
down and
and
look
it's
at the
a
dang thing that he's got. He
roadster,
just
so
did.
it comes off.
Oh,
What do you think?
I like that. That's clean. Yeah.
The-
I like the
the-
white on white.
Yeah, the matte does
Yeah.
it, knocks it up a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a matte white.
It's very clean. It's
pretty
extremely clean. But even at the same time, I think it goes back to what we were talking about, like debating on these little like technicalities, and like you're at a point where like that's the things that you're looking to debate and stuff like that.
Like I wanted painted badging. That was like a big thing for me because like his doesn't have it, Pax didn't have it, so like they all just put stickers on it. So I wanted paint, which is like a $9,000 or $8,000 option, 8,500 I think.
Lamborghini loves those paint on options and charging a lot. It's a good key for them. Big money maker.
Dude, my STO has like $80,000 in paint options.
Really?
And specifically paint options.
Paint options.
Not just options, paint options.
Because all my badging is painted, so all like the STO and stuff, usually that's stickers. So all of that, and then it has like red trim, that was all painted. And then the paint itself was like 22 grand. Secondary paint was like another 9 grand.
So is yours
So
like
it's-
Ad Personam?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the custom program.
Literally.
We're still teaching him things.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry, I'm not versed in the
Ad
technicalities. of the
Persona
dealership
for
spec and stuff
Lamborghini,
like that.
like anybody can do it. You just pay like, it's like 18 grand for interior and like 22 grand exterior, and then you get to choose whatever you want.
Really? Just open the book.
Yep.
That's kind of sick.
But they charge you fucking 40 grand for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do you right when you get in the door.
Well, that's
just so
like
you're open
so
enough.
that's to just get into the door, and then all the little things you pick add up more.
Way
fees.
more.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pay that just to open the
Like
door.
that's the entry
And you
fee.
still got to buy everything.
Open the door to customization options,
Yeah.
or like that point before that, you can only buy pre-made specs
You
type
get
thing.
nothing for that 40 grand.
I don't think so. I don't know if it changes anything specifically outside of what you. I think it just opens the door to more things. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm
We're
pretty
gonna
sure.
clip
That's,
you at 100%.
yeah. Well, I'm 100% sure that's how it is. Anybody who says otherwise, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah, Aaron, if you disagree with Kevin, you're wrong. I don't give a fuck what
Yeah.
you're saying.
I don't care if you own Lamborghini, bro. Fuck you.
So were you all like? Did you always like cars, or you just started making money and then buying cars and then kind of fell in love with it?
I've always. The first car I ever bought was a Kia Stinger GT.
Okay.
That was when I was maybe 20. That was like the first car. Actually, Toyota Avalon was the first car I bought on my own. And then I bought the Kia Stinger GT and then a Range Rover SVR like a few months later.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a nice car.
I love
The Stinger
dude,
DG for what it is and what it is, and like
Yeah.
it's
especially if you tune
ain't
it,
no
dude.
slouch. Ain't no
Throw a
slouch.
tune on that thing,
It
it
ain't no
rips.
slouch.
You can make it look pretty good too.
That's one of the Glendale. I call them like the Glendale like specifics. Like for
Yeah.
like back in LA and Glendale,
makes
there's a
sense.
very like specific person that drives a specific type of car, and like Stinger GT is it's a Glendale native car. It's a very
The
native
Stinger
car.
was my like dream car that was achievable. Like at that time.
at that first point.
And then I really want, I don't know why, everyone always talks shit on Range Rover. I had no problems with mine. I only had it for 9,000 miles.
That's why you had no problems with it. Was
Yeah.
it brand new?
Yeah.
Brand new to 9,000.
Yeah.
That's why you had no problems.
Yeah,
with it.
that
Yeah, well, I
helps.
mean, I never keep cars. Like the most
As you should.
most miles I've ever put on a car was the X6M competition. It's at 15,000.
That's the most miles from start to finish.
I bought it with 22 miles.
What do you drive the most right now besides the daily?
I mean, I don't daily anything because the only place I go is the gym.
Yeah.
So I'll drive. I mean, Noel knows I drive my supercars there every day, as long as it's not raining.
I've seen you in the STO most.
Yeah, I drive the STO a lot.
Yeah, that's been the love right now.
Weekends, SVJ, but during the week, STO.
But a lot of my friends drive my cars too. I always drive the SVJ like to car shows, and then like he drove the SF90 last week, and then my friend Kobe drives the STO.
Damn near all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you could only keep one car in the garage that you have right
STO.
now, STO.
Really?
If I could only keep
answered
one
that
car
fast
for
as hell.
everything or one supercar,
One supercar.
STO.
Yeah, STO.
The STO is the best car that has ever been made. Untouchable. I've driven fucking everything in this world. By far, with the supercharger, it's the best car that exists. The
With-
braking, the
with the
handling.
supercharger?
Yes.
It
Without
has
the
to-
supercharger,
it has to have the
no.
supercharger, or else
Correct.
this entire thing is
Because it's
throw that
way
shit out the window.
underpowered without it. Because
What's its normal output number?
631.
Okay, so just literally like
Yeah.
the like tuned up version.
But they're like
640.
3,100 pounds for that car. And now it's at like 850 horse.
Yeah,
But the
that's
brakes,
bonkers.
the brakes are untouchable. The handling's untouchable.
Like if you're doing 3,100 pounds and you're at what was it, 850?
Like 850, yeah.
850. How are you putting that power down?
I put bigger tires on it.
That's the secret.
you fit ours?
Yeah, what does it come
Or
with stock?
Cup twos?
Comes so for that car, the STO made their own tire for it and their ass. They're like some Bridgestone piece of shit. And so I put Cup 2s on it because it comes stock 305s. So I put 325 Cup 2s.
And that's where like literally it solved the problem for putting power down like instantaneously.
Yeah, because I was telling you earlier, like
Yeah.
I would spin through fifth gear with the supercharger. Like it would catch around like mid fifth. Like I could literally spin all the way
That's
through.
freaking
Even
incredible.
warm tires, it would spin all the way through. And then when I put the new tires on, it would catch like mid first gear.
I don't think people understand like when you say that exact phrase to like the everyday person that doesn't know a lot about like how to put power down and like the way that torque works and everything, how crazy it is that you're spinning in fifth gear.
Oh yeah.
Like people don't understand like that's not how shit's supposed to be. So the fact that you're able just to swap tires and instantaneously fix it is like
Yeah.
completely mind blowing.
Yeah,
Because
it
I'm
made a
thinking the
massive
way that you just described that, like the 3100 with 631, is kind of like we were looking at like the McLaren 600 LT is.
Yeah.
Like literally, what is that? I think it's like 592, and it's like they say it weighs like right under 3,000, but I think a couple ones are like 3,050 pounds.
The issue with cars that light, though, and that's why I didn't like the 765. Not that I've ever gone this speed limit multiple times.
never.
But when you're above like 160 on the highway, I've never done that. But if you're above 160 on the highway as you pass other cars, so I've heard, it
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking.
the shock wave from that car as you're passing them, it throws you. Like it literally pulls you as like you pass them, just because
With
that
that
car's so light.
What's the transmission like on that?
Good. Yeah, it's very, very smooth, very easy. It's very similar to the SF90 in terms of like shifting. But I'm pretty sure the SF90 has like electric shifting. That's why it makes that like.
Well, SF90 is just cracked out in every aspect.
Yeah.
You don't. How do you feel about the SF90? Like I feel like you event SVJ on the weekends, STO during the week, and then the SF90 just gets no love, or what is it?
No, I drive the SF90 a
I give a
lot.
fair amount of love.
that's the Noel.
I don't even have a supercar. Kim's like, yo, will you drive my car to the car meet this weekend? I'm like, I care if I have to.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, man. It's not inconvenience. It's fine.
I know the vibe. I know the vibe for sure. I hop in the 458.
I fuck with that car hard. I love that car.
That car is. That's the only car that I'll never floor it in.
Why is that?
It's fucking scary.
Is it
So
really?
it's not a real all-wheel drive. So the electric, there's two motors in the front that are electric, and it's like whatever, like 200 and something horse or something like that in the front, and then you have the twin turbo V8 and one big electric engine in the back. So it has upgraded turbos, and it's tuned, and it's catless. So it's probably pushing 1,050 wheel. So it's
Yeah, that sounds
like,
that's terrible.
and it's basically supercharged and twin turbo because you have the electric component.
Yeah, so you're able to, as soon as you put power down, you're going.
Yeah.
As soon as that throttle,
But the issue is the back tires spin, the front don't. So as you spin, if you start to turn, the front pulls you into the spin.
that
so-
does sound freaking terrible.
Yeah, I've almost died in that car numerous times.
So that's
But
just like a
Allegedly not. Maybe you've heard from a friend going 100 some on that.
in Mexico, yeah.
yeah, only in Mexico. We don't.
Yeah,
do
I've never gone above the speed limit.
South of TJ.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not even south of
That
TJ.
sounds incredible. What exhaust
in
did you go on?
between
Voodoo.
the border. and
Voodoo
TJ.
does. We pretty much only use Voodoo because we're friends with the owner.
And you're saying that would you say that's one of your favorite cars, the SF90?
I think it's one of the most exhilarating cars that I've driven in a while. Certainly, it sounds phenomenal. I think obviously Kevin just told me now it's got the Voodoo exhaust. I mean that thing shoots flames without even trying.
Dude,
Is
when
it nice
I
with flames?
when I told Eric that it shoots flames, he was like, I don't think it's supposed to do that.
I made this exhaust. I don't think it's supposed to do that.
And Eric lives for the flames,
Yeah, it's-
man.
he lives for the
Dude, it'll hold like a 4-second flame.
Yeah.
Out of
Really?
both sides, like this long. Like it's actually like pretty crazy.
You got a video of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to clip that in.
Yeah,
Clip
send
in
us
the
that video and we'll clip
Yeah.
that in. But that thing is bonkers. I didn't even know it was like that. Now,
And it's so comfortable. I mean the power. It's a fantastic car.
how would you like it compared to the Roma that you drove earlier today?
So the Roma is like a Prius in comparison to.
I agree with this statement 100%. I mean, it's a Prius. Like that
Roma is dog
The Roma
water.
is the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't believe that Ferrari would even put their moniker on that car and like try to push it. It's literally I
Rip it to shreds.
and like that's the whole thing. Like I don't care anybody come at me whatever. That's literally like, and this is coming from a perspective of not even like driving an extensive amount of cars. Like I was like, he's probably driven more extensive amount of cars, even the SF90 in comparison. But the Roma, it's not cruiser enough to be a cruiser. It's not enough performance to be a performance car. It's not comfortable. There's no purpose for it. Infotainment is terrible. Like it. I can't even describe. We were slipping. Yesterday I was slipping in second gear, and that car isn't anything bonkers. Doesn't make any sense.
It's a twin turbo V8, right? I think
Yeah.
it's 7.
No, it's not. I don't think it's 7.
670 probably.
I just feel like
I think it's
tuned,
670.
It's tuned to be smoother, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed
tuned
to be kind of
dog shit is what it is.
yeah. It's like it's kind of designed to be like a cruiser, and it doesn't do that great because it's not that comfortable. Like the seats are really hard, which is weird to me. Like it's especially because the suspension's pretty smooth. It's like a comfortable car, but then the seats are really stiff, and they're the comfort seats, so kind of weird. But then it's not like crazy fast either. It's like, do you want to be fast? Do you want to be comfortable? They're like, oh, let's just be like average at both.
Did you put bumpy road on?
Did we put bumpy road on? I forgot. Did we?
No,
Bumpy
I
road?
just
No.
went into wet. 'cause it was
Wet. Yeah.
raining, so
We went
I
to
don't-
wet. We prefer the wet.
You can't
wet
do
drive
bumpy
thing.
road and wet.
No. Those two things do not
I think
correlate
it looks
whatsoever.
dope.
It's beautiful.
There's a gym in Dubai. It's called Banus. and then they have this like VIP parking outside, and you have all of these crazy exotics and supercars out there. And I saw the Roma for the first time, and I thought it's probably one of the most aesthetic Ferraris I've ever seen. Like truly, I really thought
Like an elegance almost.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a beautiful design.
So different, so beautiful. I still think especially the rear, beautiful looking car, but I mean, as much as I was able to drive it on
That's
the
true.
tollway in the rain.
That's true. Yeah,
in
not
wet
a lot of
mode,
driving. Yeah, that's fair. It is what it
It
is.
didn't really have a Ferrari experience, and I'm talking coming from the SF90. It didn't really have that Ferrari feel to it. You know?
What's the most underrated supercar?
Underrated.
Yeah.
Underrated.
That's easy for me.
GT3 RS?
It goes.
If we talk in this circle,
In this circle, huh? Yeah. Most overrated outside of this circle.
It goes into like what are we going to be the definition of a supercar then? Because when you get to unrated, you can get pretty low.
No,
underrated
cars that like everyone would consider a supercar.
That's a fucking really good
I got
question.
one
Do you have an
right
answer
off
for
the
that?
rip.
Rip it.
The Aston Martin DBS.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that came out of left field for me. I was not expecting that whatsoever. What the hell do you think? Why do you think that's the most underrated supercar?
Because no one really has them for one. Out here I've probably seen less than 5. I only had it for like 3 months because I bought it as a dinner car. But a lot of times I'll go to dinner with like multiple people.
Right.
So it just didn't fill because it has a back seat. But like if you're over 5'1", you're not fitting back there. So we got rid of that, and then I got the Cullinan, which I fucking love the Cullinan.
Cullinan's great. Well, yeah, for a dinner car especially, I think the Cullinan
yeah.
would shit on the DBS and a little bit for a dinner car. But
But I have to say that DBS is. I've always had a lot of appreciation for the Aston Martins. I'm talking way back to James Bond. I think it was the
OG.
DB9.
yeah, OG
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah.
Way back. The original movies.
Gorgeous car, and I was very impressed. I think bang for buck, what you're getting in terms of look, performance. I mean, there was a Vantage, 2022 Vantage,
The green one?
the green one,
It's 23.
23 for like 169. Yeah.
This is the one that's been
I
stuck in Noel's head for a
that's
while.
a whole lot of car. I think there's a whole lot of car that you're getting for that price.
I agree with you.
Yeah, the only downfall, I think, from the front, it looks like a Miata, the headlights. It's very confusing because it's got the Aston Martin grille with like the Miata headlights, and then the back is just probably one of the most beautiful rears.
The rears are
car.
extremely
Yeah.
good in those cars.
Beautiful cars. What
I
about
have my
what's the
answer.
worst car you've ever driven? Kind of segues us right into
Shit.
that.
So the worst car in the world, the only car I've ever given a 0 in my life was the V12 Vantage. And that's based on a few things.
A 0, not.
It literally got a 0. I was so pissed when Pack was with me, and when we parked, we were like, dude, what the fuck? He was like, I don't even want to drive it. Like it
I'll
literally,
veto the drive. Fuck
because it's
that.
330 grand roughly for those cars. Didn't put any power down. The second that you hit it in that car, it just cuts the engine. Like you literally cannot hit that car at all. The handling was ass. The brakes were just whatever. And like they just looked like a normal Vantage. So you're paying double a Vantage price for power you can't put down, no increase in handling, and they didn't sound good at all. It didn't sound like a
British is
V12.
what it sounds, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. It sounds like a British car. That's
Well, then what about the McLaren? That's what you want.
Well, in the same thing, the sense you're saying, think about McLaren, it's all the same engine, just differently tuned.
Yeah.
It's the same type of crap, except, I mean, now you're talking about a car that could retrospectively actually put the power down. But the question becomes, can you keep it on the road to put the power down? Type
I'd never once had an issue with traction, even with stock tires on the 765 LT.
How was your
Got it
ownership
dialed in,
experience
huh?
with that car? Yeah, with the 765.
I blew the rear main seal like 2 weeks after I got it. And McLaren sucks for anything warranty because that car was under warranty, or it still is. But so it was under warranty. And so it took a week for them to see what it was, a week to get approval, a week to order parts, and a week to do it. So it took over a month that car was gone for something that should have taken a week and a half.
Max.
Yeah. Because they won't do I was like, looking back, I should have been like, if it doesn't get approved for warranty, which it will, then just fucking order the parts now. I don't know why we got to wait here
Right, for
for 2 weeks.
It's a time thing for me. I don't want
it's
I don't
stupid.
care. I want
To get
my
it
car
approved
back.
before we can even get it ordered.
Yeah.
And McLaren, then all their stuff comes from UK too. It's
That's why
freaking pain
people
in
are
the
always
ass.
like, they got the stories with McLaren. They're like, something happened, and then I didn't have the car for 3 months.
That's the horror
The
story.
worst,
that's what
the
I always
worst is
hear.
Ferrari. Ferrari is the worst for parts.
Really?
Yeah, anything that goes wrong on a Ferrari, you're waiting a month.
Easy. So then what would you, okay, between, I've been wanting to ask this question too. Between the three retrospectively big monikers when you think of like supercar, at least for McLaren, Ferrari, Lamborghini, if someone was to finally reach the echelon where they can be like, all right, I'm going to get my first supercar, which brand would you suggest they go with? And why?
Probably Lamborghini.
Lambo?
I think the Huracan's probably like the best car you can get as your first supercar. The Huracan or the R8 is usually what I recommend. Mainly
same
because
damn
like
car.
price point's not
Depending on
horrible.
what you can afford.
Yeah, like 150 to 220 grand, you can get either a Huracan or an R8,
Yeah, that's true.
and they're not going to fall apart. You're good up to like 40,000 miles, no problems, and the power output isn't so crazy that you're going to die. Because it's a very manageable power, especially if you get an all-wheel drive one. Like
Yeah,
you're not
for
going to
sure.
have any issues with
And
that.
you don't VF it or anything like that either. So
No.
because then we enter the echelon of being like, all
Yeah.
right, maybe we'll
And they make you
maybe
feel
I'll
a
die.
certain way, especially probably if it's your first supercar.
100%.
And you get behind the wheel of a Huracan, you start driving around town, like you're gonna feel a certain way.
Do you know the exact time that you drove your first supercar?
Yes.
He does like a motherfucker. I'm trying to think my
It wasn't
exact
that
thing.
long ago.
I think I was like 16 years old, and back in the day, I forgot if it was in Southern California. I forgot if it's Pomona Speedway. They used to have like a thing. It was like exotic racing, and you could like buy like 6 laps on like a track. And I did 6 laps in I think it was a 570S, and that was like right when they came out. I think 16 was the first production year of the 570S, I think. And I did like 6 laps in it, and they like do a little driving school where you learn and stuff like that. I did it for my birthday when I was 16, and it was like. And kind of like an eye-opening experience, but at the same time, I didn't even know what I was doing exactly because my grandfather's into hot rodding his whole life, so like that's more side where I was dealing with like 57 Chevys that were tubbed out and like blown motors and stuff like that, and then jumping into something like that, it opened my eyes to like a whole new world, and then that point I started learning and how all that stuff just translated. But I think he probably has a better answer for his first time for a supercar.
Because it was
than
2
I do.
days ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
It was actually 6
the
hours
Roma
ago,
was the
actually.
first supercar I ever drove, if you consider it a supercar.
Was it really?
No, no.
I was like, fuck.
You're like, dude, what the fuck?
The first supercar I drove, which is kind of like, I've always been obsessed with these things. That's like why we started this growing up. And then his 458 was actually the first one I drove, and it was just kind of like there and back and down the street, a couple pools. And I was kind of like, okay, like I was kind of expecting more. And then
All right, don't show the 458.
there's more to it. A couple weeks later, we had a Huracan, and we went up to Angeles Crest and like ripped that thing, just disrespected this thing, and that was like the real like first when I really drove the supercar, and it was ridiculous. And then I got into the 458 and drove that again, now on Angeles Crest, and was ripping that with the just downshifting, the noises, everything, ringing the gears out, and I was like, wow. That car is incredible. It's beautiful.
I would say, yeah. That was the first supercar that I drove as well, was a 458. I mean, that is a special car.
And
I'm
after
telling you.
Yeah. That is a very special car. That engine, yeah.
The sound and everything.
The
It was like my
sound
first
is such a
supercar. Like that,
beautiful car.
I still have it, but that was like my intro to that realm of car. Because I had a base C8, and I thought it was a shit, and then I immediately realized I was like, oh, I'm not even on the fucking parcel planet of being I'm not even a fly on said shit. And then I got the 458, and that was like my intro to being into the world, and I was like, oh no, this is fucking different. And now I have the 458 and the Z06, which are literally the same fucking car, except one's a modern American version and the old school raw Italian version. But that 458 is something special. That's like kind of equates to like what you were saying. Like for a first car, there's like, and then the problem is now too is every other car Ferrari's made after that is nowhere similar to that car. It's like the last Ferrari that's like
Well, they started twin turboing.
exactly, and everything got muffled, and then now the ECUs are too smart, and it's like that car is like kind of. We just filmed YouTube review videos of the Z06 versus the 458, and like literally the thing that we keep talking about is just that car is like the perfect combo of like sound, not too much power, you can still put it down the way the gears are, plus the ECU doesn't overcorrect, it doesn't do anything too crazy. So if you know how to drive, that car responds back to you.
Yeah.
It has so much soul, the 458.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not a GT3.
You feel like directly connected to the car. Like you and the car really become one.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
the
even have to be a manual.
Z06,
Yeah.
the Z06, it's just like you feel like you're driving a car. You don't feel like the car is like an an extension of you.
That's the most underrated fucking supercar, if you want to be real.
That's very well said. I was just going to say that might very well be a very highly underrated car.
I think the 458 might be like all time overall most underrated, but like if you want to talk about underrated right now, underrated is the Corvette Z06.
I feel like people love the 458.
Yeah,
458 gets a lot of
people
love.
like the four.
Everybody hates on the Corvette Z06, and that shit is fucking.
People hate on it because
feels
it's a
good.
Chevy.
Yeah.
But what? Why? What is the reason? Is it just the moniker? It's kind of like the Porsche. Like Porsche has brainwashed the entire mass population of people of thinking.
I just don't like
that.
that they didn't go unique on the body. They tried to like pull parts from other things instead of just making their own car. They literally just tried to copy Ferrari. It's like,
You talking about like the Z06 modeling?
yeah, or
I
just the
kinda get
C8
that.
in general.
Can I ask you a question about the Corvette specifically? So C7 ZR1, you drove one of those somewhat recently, right? Compared to the C8 Z06. What were your thoughts on
two
that?
different
The
monsters.
ZR1.
Yeah.
That's two different monsters, though.
Yeah.
It's hard to. You can't compare those two cars.
You can though.
Dude,
you
the
can't.
ZR1 cranks.
You
thing
can't compare
rips,
those
huh?
cars.
Yeah.
You can. I will not. I cannot stand here for this slander. You can't compare those
You
cars
just don't
directly.
want someone. You just don't want anyone to say something bad about your.
No. It's not that I'm running to defend the crap that is Corvette, but you're talking about okay.
I know
you're
there's
talking
going to
about
be a C8 ZR1, and that's
No.
what you're gonna
It's not
compare?
even that. It's the way the cars are engineered. C7 was the last that Corvette had the motor in the front, and they were high torque and everything in between. So that 1901 is like them maxing out that platform, and you can. How did that car put power down?
The
Did you-
01?
Yeah, was it
Not
slipping
at
in
all.
first gear?
It slipped in everything.
Everything, exactly. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of like the STO supercharged, except American design. That car does. You can't really use what that car. You're talking about 755 horsepower. I don't even know what the torque is, but it's got to be like 70 something.
I just wanted to know his opinion between the two.
Oh shit! I thought we were trying to compare the damn thing. I was like, you're talking about a fucking 86 Redline Z06 compared to the ZR1 is like.
He just recently
Straight line
drove.
power.
He just recently drove both. I saw.
Oh,
I was
see,
just,
I didn't know that.
I was just intrigued what he thought between the two.
Sorry, you touched a soft spot for me.
Bro got triggered quick.
I got so fucking
I think
triggered.
we all saw that. It's
Now you know how Noel felt when we talked about the fucking Porsche, dude.
No, he was sitting there. As soon as I was talking about Porsche, he was sitting there. He was like,
or all the bros in the comments that when we start talking about
Practicing
Porsche.
stoicism, bro.
You with the Corvette is like when you see people popping off in our comments about Porsche, like just know that they're just you about a different car.
yeah, man, but Porsche is just dog shit, man. I don't know how people can defend that thing.
As much as I am an advocate for the GT3 RS, one of the first things I said was it's overpriced for what you get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
That's
a
fair.
6-cylinder.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a flat six. Like
Yeah.
fuck everything else, aero, everything.
You know the
Flat
base
six.
Carrera is like 130K and has
Yeah.
379 horsepower.
Yep. Well, they started increasing their prices like 20% the past couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because they finally
there's so
realized
much.
that people are buying those things left and right. I'm telling you, it's like they have successfully brainwashed like the mass population of people for like you have somebody that's like they're working their way up the chain of command or whatever you want to work, and you're starting to make a little bit more money, and then all of a sudden they see somebody like, let's say for example, like you have your average dentist, doctor, whatever, and he's got a Carrera S, and like that has directly correlated as like a status symbol for being a successful. So the average person correlates the moniker to that status success symbol, but in reality, for the car, if we're talking about no moniker, no nothing, just literally the car, there's nothing special about it.
I think if you get like a Macan, like if you're getting it for like your chick or your mom or something, if you're a man, you shouldn't have that car. But if you're getting it for like a female, which is the only people that should be allowed to buy those cars, then it's like a great car for the price. Like
That's fair.
100%.
That's
like,
fair.
Macan GTS, kind of cool.
Yeah. Or even just honestly just the base. Like technology's good in it. They're
Reliable.
super reliable.
That's fair.
Fuel economy's good. And when
What
you're
if it's a GTS?
what is it? What's the one above the Macan? The SUV?
The Cayenne
Cayenne. The Cayenne GTS fucks.
GTS, I think it's like what's the super Cayenne? It's like the Cayenne Turbo GT.
Yeah,
the
it's a
Turbo
G-
GT.
It's a Turbo
The
GTS. That's what it is.
Turbo
It's
GT.
the same. Okay.
I think there's
that's
a
it.
GTS, no?
The Turbo GT there is a GTS.
Yeah.
The Turbo GT is the top one.
Oh, okay.
That's like
But
full
those-
autism right there.
Yeah.
That's like all the
Those are
way
like
possible
200
type thing.
grand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should even consider one of those at the 200 grand price point. Those things hit.
And they're comfortable. Actually, that's not a bad idea. That, like
Yeah.
if like you're like you're talking about you like that Aston Martin like at that 169, that's actually not a bad idea because that car does crank for being an SUV too, or like a super SUV. Because now this whole trend with the super SUVs is you got like its whole thing. Have you gotten a chance to drive a Purosangue or how did I say that right? Can you quote me?
I have one on order.
Purosangue.
Purosangue?
Purosangue. What's that?
One on order?
Purosangue.
Have you
Purosangue.
spec'd it already?
Yeah.
What is
Have
that?
you talked about the spec yet?
No.
No, well, you
You
know,
want to, or you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
holding
no,
that- you
no.
holding that one
Okay, it's so
close?
okay. You know how Lamborghini has its Urus. Now, Ferrari is now making what considerably is their direct
You ever seen
competitor.
you ever seen
I've
the
seen
you ever
it,
seen the
I've seen it.
Mazda SUVs?
Yeah.
It's exactly like that, but with a Ferrari logo on it.
Yep, that's all it is. Maybe okay.
CX-30.
Basically, have you seen a Ferrari a GTC 4 Lusso?
Yeah.
Take that exact car, a little bit longer, a little bit bigger. That's it. Stick a V12 in it. I don't know what is the
It looks
GT4
like
has
a
it.
super fast. We don't have a super for the 812 with like
Yeah.
a race suspension.
Pretty much, yeah. Where's the 812?
Right there.
You can't static.
yeah,
It's not a camera, but it's literally right here. But I haven't. I'm very curious to see like how that car is because I've only seen from what they allow people to see and stuff like that. Because I don't know, have they even delivered any
Yeah,
of those?
yeah, they're on the road.
They're on the roads.
Yeah.
Supposedly it's bonkers.
Yeah, I can imagine. Naturally aspirated V12 and
But
an
you
SUV.
can
Crazy.
you can as
No,
you
I
can
can't- I
imagine. But
can't
at the same
imagine. No, I
time, we've
actually
driven
can't
these
imagine.
cars, and these cars are some of these cars are absolute letdowns.
Yeah.
If you think about
True.
the Roma at 240, you're like that car's got to be sick. It's
That's
dog
been the
shit,
weirdest
so-
thing about starting to actually drive supercars. Never would I have thought I would drive a Ferrari and go, this car is horrible. But then you start driving a couple supercars, and now it's like, oh, well, now I have something to compare to. This car is horrible.
Also, you have a
actually
way higher expectation because of the car brand, so
Yeah.
you think it's supposed to be something more than it is.
Because
That's
if that
actually
was
very
the
true.
first like Ferrari or supercar I'd ever driven, I'd probably be like, wow, this is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since it's not, it ain't it.
That's what I'm telling you. It's just and you go back to like the type of person that will like comment and do certain stuff like that. It comes from like a inexperienced standpoint.
Like you're always ripping on all sorts of cars. But it's
But you've
because you're
driven it.
comparing them to
Yeah, 100%.
crazy things you've driven.
Well, I thought the 488 was the craziest shit I've ever driven, and then you get a 765 LT, an 812, a supercharged STO, an SF90, an SVJ, and you're like, all right, that was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What was your progression? Do you remember your like
First one I ever got, so I got a C8 first, which doesn't really count. That was just like a car to like fuck around with.
first? You say when? Like when first?
3 years ago,
3 years ago. Sure.
3.5 years ago. So I got the C8, and then shortly after I got the R8. But what stopped me from buying supercars at that time was I had two houses. So I was living part-time Miami, part-time here, and I bounced back and forth every month. So I didn't want to buy a car and let it sit for a month. So I waited until I moved back here, and literally I think the next day I went and bought an R8. So
When
I
you
bought,
we're like this is home base now.
yep.
Got it.
So I bought the R8, and then
Well,
the
you left
488.
Miami to
Yeah.
come here.
Huh? I hate Miami. Miami's cool for a weekend, but living there sucks.
I respect that.
Yeah, you know.
Yes.
You're gonna trigger Joe
Yeah,
again.
you are. I'm gonna get pretty triggered right now. It's because I'm Cuban. So like Miami, what Miami is for like whatever, like for example, LA and like the Mexican people, it's the same thing in Miami. Like everybody's Cuban. So for me,
Yeah.
Miami's like
Fuck the
dream
Cubans.
life. Huh? Thank you. Continue.
So you had the R8.
Yeah,
And
so I got the
then-
R8, and then maybe 2 months later, I bought the 488. And that's because I was parked next to one at a car show, and I was like, I like that car. So literally, I found one while I was driving home, allegedly. And so I was literally scrolling while I was driving in the R8, found one, called them, and I wired them the money right there. Like, and they
No
shipped
questions
it.
asked.
Shipped it 3 days.
Without
later.
Before
driving
you even
it
got
before.
home?
What?
Without driving the car prior.
Never driven one.
Respect.
I didn't drive the R8 before I bought it. I didn't drive the 488. I drove the 812. That was the next car I got. And then the 765. And then the Aston Martin DBS. And then the SF90. Then the STO. And then the Cullinan. And then the SVJ. So I bought 9 cars in the past like year and a half.
Have you ever driven the DBX 707? What do you
What is
think
that
about that?
I think that's a great car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like that or a Urus?
DBX.
Really?
Really.
Just because of rarity.
Yeah.
I
But like
respect
the Urus, I always say the Urus is the state bird of Miami. Because like,
It's a state road to LA too.
yeah,
For real.
every single person has one. So it literally, like, living in Miami made me not want a Urus.
I respect that. That's kind of what it's done to us in LA. Like literally, you cannot go anywhere in any. And we say LA very softly because like Miami is Miami. Like there's a. It's
Yeah.
not big. People say LA and they could literally be talking
They just
about
mean, like, all of Southern
They could be talking
California,
about
pretty
like Newport Beach. I'm like that is not Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Or they could be talking about like
But
Santa
they're
Barbara. I'm like no, that's a little drastic type thing. But like it's like they're everywhere. You can't even drive 20 minutes without seeing an Urus.
So what about like making the jump in the hypercars? You thinking about that?
So I'm going to get a 918 this year once we're done selling 2 of our companies. So that should be in like the next like 90 to 120 days.
Yeah.
But then you got to find a spec.
Yeah.
But those are going to be, if you get, because I have to get the YSAC package. I'm not going to spend that much money on a car and not get the highest model.
There's two Weissachs in acid green, I think, in America. Maybe one of those will pop up.
Yeah, so I want some sort of cool color. I don't want like white, gray, black, none of that fucking lame shit.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that was the majority of what they made that car.
Yeah, I know.
yeah, 100%, 100%. So I want some sort of crazy color and probably get it for like 1.8 to 2.1 million.
Yeah.
But I'll buy that this year for sure.
And that's first. What is there anything you would already have on the map for like what would be next? Or you're just kind of tunnel vision on that for now?
I really want to get a Tech Art.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw one at a car show like 4 months ago. And I don't know why I really wanted one.
It just spoke to you.
Yeah.
You haven't driven one, have you? You just saw it.
No. Yeah, I just saw it.
Just buy one.
I mean, I would. I don't really. I mean, if I don't like it, just sell it. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Tech Art, which one specifically? Like the fucking.
Tech Art GT Street R.
That's what it is.
Like
I'm actually not really too familiar with them things.
Do you know anything about Hamilton Collection? Have you seen that guy? So
I've driven his 918.
really?
Yeah.
It's like one of
Nobody
the
knows
things.
about that.
Allegedly, that's not
One of the things he always talks about, or he talks about a lot, I feel like, is like now that he's had all these hypercars, he doesn't care about supercars at all anymore. He's like, why would I drive an F8 or like an Aventador when I can hop in the Wyra, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like wondering, like once you get the 918, I'm interested to see if you just start dogging everything else.
It'll come. Hell yeah! You know who you're talking to right now? Well, that shit is coming. Absolutely.
It's not about
I can't
like
wait.
dogging. It's when you have the option to drive XYZ, like you don't want A and B anymore. Like
sure.
it's like as you start to move up in the chain, you're like, all right, well, like people are like, oh, buy a Turbo S. I'm not gonna drive my Turbo S when I have a STO, an SVJ, an SF90, and a Cullinan. Like it's just I'll never drive it.
When are you grabbing that key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be better than all those cars,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah.
To say.
That's bullshit.
But yeah, no, 100%. Like if you got a Chiron and a Wyra and a Koenigsegg and this and that, a 918, a LaFerrari, a P1, it's like when are you ever gonna go grab the other keys?
What about the Mercedes AMG One?
I mean, fucking, what are they, like 3 to 5 million?
I think I
They're not even street legal here.
Yeah, technically not. Yeah.
Really?
That's
Really?
a fucking ridiculous ass car. Ridiculous ass car. I'm not even really a huge fan of it, to be honest with you. But then again, it's just what you like and everything.
I saw one with because you know how it has like all the stars on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a what was it, Black Series with that paint on it.
Yeah.
That's clean.
It was sick.
That was like they gave those to anyone that bought the AMG One.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it to him,
Well,
or like they gave him the option to buy them.
Probably that.
Okay.
Probably that. But that was the only way
It's
to
not like
get
Porsche
the only way
Towers
to
in
get
Miami or
that
like that.
livery on the Black Series.
Yeah.
Was
if you had a
if
one.
you had a one.
Yeah.
To get the allocation
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
It's freaking ridiculous.
So if you see that spec, guys got it.
You got a Revilto coming or no?
No, I don't really like that car, to be honest.
What's your reasoning for not liking it?
Usually when I talk shit on a car, I end up buying it, but every single
DVD,
car.
baby, DVD.
I made a video talking shit on the 765, and then I bought it. Talked shit on the SVJ, and I bought it. Talked shit on the STO, and then I bought it. But I don't know. A lot of it's just like whatever your first experience of it is. You usually have to drive it like multiple times to get like the real experience.
Let me ask you this. I feel like a lot of the cars that you've gotten to a point, like through your success, you've gotten to a point where like everything is extremely high echelon.
Yeah.
Well, if you had to pick one car sub 100K, what would you pick? Same thing goes for you.
Either an M4 or C8.
That was a really fast answer.
Yeah, you got it.
M4 or C8 under 100K?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you're missing a lot on the table with those two, dude.
Well, bitch, you asked my opinion.
I'm just saying you're missing. I'm telling
He's
you.
like, all right, well, you fucked up
I'm
on
saying
that,
fuck
right?
your opinion. That shit is shit. A C706.
No.
Oh, what? No, don't shake your head. Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
Over a C8?
Over a C8, absolutely.
You had a C8
I
instead
did.
of a C706?
If I can only have one, I'd pick C706.
But you only have one right now.
Huh?
Do you have both right now?
I just got rid of my base C8, but I have the 458 and the 06, but I had a C706 and I had a C8.
Okay.
Under 100K, there's no car that I think can shit on or before I finish that statement, there's no car that can shit on a C706.
The first car that got me
Noel wants to clap back. at me
like
so
into
bad.
cars, I was in Newport Beach and near where Thousand Steps is.
Yeah.
And I saw a red C706 parked like in valet. And I was like, fuck, bro. If I'm ever rich, I'm going to get one of those. And I never did.
What would you pick under 100K, Noel?
I'll tell you what I've been enjoying is the RSQ8.
RSQ8.
Yeah.
Those
I've
are like
never- I've never
140
driven
grand though.
Sleeper pick.
It's like 90.
Oh, if
You
you
can
let
find
use.
one. You can
Yeah,
find one.
well,
Yeah.
Oh, you were thinking new sticker price.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's thinking sticker price?
Still, that's fair.
Yeah.
But what is the RSQ8? Isn't that like just the Urus? Is that, or my trip is that a different one?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty
It's the
much-
exact same thing,
It's the
just a
same
different
shit.
tune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can get them for under 100. Can you really?
It's a good deal.
Look, that's a good deal.
It's a tremendous amount of car for that price.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People want the
Oh,
Urus
shit, then that one
because
might-
of,
then that might-
the image and what it brings and everything.
Right.
Like
Well,
that.
let's throw some downpipes on that, a tune,
Yeah.
and we'll do some donuts out here in the parking lot.
That sounds like it'd be
That'd be
lit.
sweet.
Dude.
That would be sweet.
Nick loves it when we do that.
Yeah, no, Nick probably a huge. I can only imagine. He's probably a huge fan when you guys do shit like that.
That'd make a great video.
You wouldn't pick GTR?
I mean, that would be a little bit of a biased decision.
Be biased, baby. Come on. Anyone, we got
That's your
bias right
opinion.
here. Come on.
I mean, I always say like
I'm biased as
the-
shit. So
I mean, ultimate value for money, GTR.
Yeah.
ultimate value for money, GTR.
Yeah.
That's a bold statement. You know?
I've never
No, I
driven.
stand by that.
I've never
Ultimate
driven.
value for money. I think.
I've never driven a twin turbo GTR.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to drive yours.
Yeah. Looks, performance,
You have one?
handling.
It's twin
everything.
turboed?
Yeah. It's
Oh, they all.
They all come
but
twin turbo,
is
but it's
yours
like
upgraded?
super upgraded.
yeah. It's. I mean,
Or are they all
the
twin
build
turbos?
Spec is like as long as
Ridiculous.
the length
Huh?
of my arm.
Are they all
It's
twin
crazy.
turbos?
I think they are all twin turbo.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the thing is about those cars, and my knock on them, why I don't like them, and this is the only reason, they're just too heavy. They drive too heavy. They
What are
like
they, like 44?
yeah. They like I feel them like they feel like a Hellcat, and like except they don't have the Hellcat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to get it high RPM,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I feel it. That's my only knock on them. Besides that, like if you want to talk about the car from like a motor perspective, then yeah, like you can modify the hell out of that thing and put crazy power down.
Look, the only GTRs I've ever driven, the first one, which I owned, was the Alpha 10, and now this one was a drag car. It actually held world record. It was built up to 1,800 horsepower. It ran 8.7.
Yeah,
But-
In the quarter
I
mile,
remember seeing your
Yeah.
video.
8.7.
Yeah. No,
No, you're not driving GTRs anymore. Those are
No, that's what I'm saying.
that's not even
That's the
fucking
only- That's the only
GTR.
GTR that I've driven. Right? So,
Sub 9 is crazy.
but now, I mean, it's been detuned. It's got a 4-liter stroke engine. It's running around 1,000, but
It's been detuned to 1,000.
yeah, only
little more respectful.
What are they
Pull the
stock?
Power down. Fuck, I don't remember these numbers, man.
565.
560? I think it's 560.
560.
Yeah.
565, something like that.
Yeah, right in that range.
But still, I think even at stock, I think it's just such an iconic car. I love it. I was always just a huge JDM fan. Bear in mind, I'm not from the US. I've never been introduced to American muscle. A lot of these cars, that I see here, very foreign to me. So yeah, very big on JDM. 32s, 33s, 34 is my dream car, and 35 I just think is a great all-rounder.
I respect that answer.
Yeah, great handling, great performance, just timeless look. It's just a fantastic car. I love it.
That's the only reason why I like the C706 under 100K is because for what you get, like you're getting 650 torque on top of 650 horsepower, and for a lot of people who don't know how much 650 torque is retrospectively, it's a lot of fucking power just for that car.
Well, that's what makes the supercharger so cool. Is you're like, I think the torque on the STO is like 350 or something like that.
Something
or
insane like that,
400. It goes up to like 630.
It's ridiculous. So you immediately, when you put your foot down, you're getting immediate response,
Yeah.
which is in comparison. I feel like a lot of people who get so like I feel like a lot of kids or a lot of people in like, especially like in today's world, they skip over like a certain echelon of car because they're so fixated on like the high dollar amount stuff. And then they're all pretty similar engineered. It's like part of the reason why Corvette switched the way that the Corvette is. They put the motor in the back because they knew like the way they're doing it, it's maxed out. Like if you get a chance to drive a car like high torque, there's nothing like it. Like it's kind of the same thing. You can't put power down, and all you feel like is you're going to shit yourself the entire time.
Yeah.
But again, it gets tiring.
Yeah. So having driven a lot of supercars, again, I want to come back to the GTR, but yeah, I mean that thing sticks. Probably because of the weight, that thing fucking sticks. It holds well. All-wheel drive. The drivetrain on there is fantastic. They're relatively cheap to tune. I mean, to get those things to 700, 800, 1,000.
That's true. Like that. Like that.
Yeah. So,
You want to do a clip on that? What would you rather pick, the Nissan GTR or the Corvette C706? I think that shit will do extremely debatable because that's like literally price point, power, and then the way you can modify it. They can go perfectly in these directions. That's probably a really good one. You were gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna ask him. So if someone had like, because we were talking about the entry supercar earlier.
Oh yeah.
So around that, my question would be, if someone could get basically like what they could afford, they could go with an R8 and supercharge it, or they could buy a Huracan but don't have enough money to then supercharge it. Like if that would max out their
R8,
budget,
10x.
supercharged.
I think
R8.
the R8, especially like a 2020 plus R8, is a better car than anything pre 2020 Huracan platform.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, you can buy a bolt-on kit for that for like 20K. Push those things up to like 800, 900.
Probably
Something
yeah.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I mean, you could twin turbo them, like even like a basic twin turbo for probably like 25 grand. Like as long as you don't go like super crazy, bring it up to like 800, 900 horse.
Something that's not usable, because a lot of the thing too is what's popular now is everyone wants to tune the shit out of the car and make 1300 wheel, and you can't do shit with 1300 wheel. So there's like, you want to get to that sweet spot in like that 8 to 900 range that you can actually use, and there's a purpose to it. But everyone wants to like just blow up their numbers and be like, oh, I'm dynoing 1300 the wheel, and I'm like, well, you can't even fucking grip in, like you were saying, like in fourth gear. So there's no point to having 1300 wheel.
And you blow your transmission because
Exactly.
you didn't rebuild all that stuff.
Literally. But again, wait, I was going to ask you is supercharge or twin turbo if you had to, R8? What direction would you go?
Supercharge.
Why is that?
I mean, unless you're just going to do like, first of all, I like superchargers just because of like the easily accessible power. I don't like twin turbos because you have to like build up to it.
Yeah.
But also I think just from like a heat perspective that I think superchargers do better. Like, cause like all these people like with like 1500, 1600 horsepower builds, like, all right, you'll beat me in a quarter mile. Let's race 30 miles. We'll see whose car melts.
Yeah, so literally, that's like your car won't fucking make it all the way to 30 miles.
Yeah, it's not gonna be mine. It's not gonna be mine.
Did you ever say what you thought was the most overrated car?
Or underrated car.
Overrated.
Overrated.
I don't remember if he ever actually said it. He asked what was the most overrated car.
I think the most overrated is the GT3 RS.
The 992 GT3 RS.
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
Yeah.
In general. Yeah. Is Porsche going to make a 992 GT2 RS? That's a stupid
Probably,
question,
yeah,
obviously,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah, I think they are.
That shit's probably going to be.
Noel's gonna be the
You
first one to
prefer-
meet
yeah.
riding that.
But you're pro GT2, but you're against the GT3, right? All right.
Yeah, I mean the GT2 RS cranks.
Yeah.
Like that shit's.
What's the difference in power between the 991 GT2 and the GT2 RS?
I want to say the GT2 RS is like 7 something because it's twin turbo.
Fuck, it's that high.
Yeah, because it's twin turbo V6, right? It's not a V8.
No. I don't think any of them have
Yeah,
V6.
inline
so
six or
V8s
flat
and-
six.
Or not V, sorry, flat.
So twin turbo.
We say V.
No, I always say V. That way it pisses them off. You'll get way more views. So twin turbo, it's a V6 on that, and the normal GT3 RS is a V6. So yeah, I want to say it's like an extra like 100 and something horse.
Well, that's different. Then I didn't know that they were twinned like that because that probably makes a huge fucking
I think
difference.
it's
So
like
then-
200 horse.
So this
Yeah,
992 is
it's a
going to
lot.
be freaking
It's a lot.
unreal then.
The GT2 RS it's a lot of power.
Well, depending on how that is, I might become a Porsche fan then, because then that kind of excites me now. I didn't realize it would be that crazy.
I feel like it's kind of a blend between the Turbo S and the GT3 RS.
But those cars are both dog shit. So what's
Maybe
point of
the
even
magic
branding shit?
happens, you know.
Hopefully the two have a
when they
nice
come
baby, and
together.
I can stop talking so much shit. But that the likelihood of that
They only
happening
get the
is
good
not gonna
genes
fucking
from
happen.
each,
So,
right?
huh?
They only get the best genes from each side.
There's no good gene to spit from each side, but yeah.
Although when you're going like 185 on the highway,
Allegedly.
and this isn't me, it's someone else that's doing
Okay,
it.
got it.
So when you're going 185 on the highway in a 992 GT3 RS, cutting in and out of traffic, fucking handles like a dream. I'll
for
tell you that.
sure.
Yeah.
Lots of downforce, huh?
A hell of a lot of downforce.
Fantastic, man.
That day we were in the SVJ, when we were cranking it, there was like 9 of us riding together that day. The first time you rode with me in the SVJ. And I mean, we weren't going very fast. We weren't in the country. We were going like 130, like just like weaving in and out of traffic. Not in this country though.
Yeah.
And
Autobahn.
there was 2 SVJs. It was me and Brett. And we were just fucking like, it's just so loud. Like people, every time we do that, people will DM me and say they could feel it from like their office. Every single time they know. Yeah. I have multiple DMs of people telling me they could feel it in their office when we drive
Sounds
past.
like a hell of an international voice trip is what it
Shout
sounds
out
like.
Eric again.
Yeah, literally.
But so like we're all driving together, right? And there's like 9 supercars and it's so loud and we're like going so fast that everyone just pulls to the side. Like people were literally like putting on their hazards and just fucking cranking over because they just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Is it all like SVJs or what was the lineup like?
2 SVJs, a GT3 RS, an SF90, an
Cars are
STO,
probably screaming.
an
Oh my-
812, and they're all straight piped.
So that, dude, can you imagine you're an everyday average Karen and you're driving your Kia Sedona down the freeway and all of a sudden you just hear V12s miles behind you and the next thing you know it's on you? I would probably shit myself.
I
then
just
too.
rip into the wrong.
I would just go into the
Hopefully no one's
sidewall.
there.
I would just exit myself and be like, I can't do this.
Spin
anymore.
out and then crash on the side.
Oh my goodness. What time frame are we at?
It's like 340.
Yeah, we just hit an hour.
I want to keep rolling or cut it here.
I don't know. I had a question and it just left me.
It left you?
It left me.
I think it's a
Can you
good
believe
point to
that?
cut it then.
I have to dip in a few. I gotta be home by like
Let's
4:10.
do it, baby.
All right. Yeah, we can cut it. Well,
Thanks
thanks
for
for
tuning in,
coming
guys.
on.
100%.
Thanks for bearing with us. We made it happen, thankfully.
I appreciate you guys.
All the
very
mics were off.
Yeah. Yeah, just wait.
much. Yeah.
We think we made it happen.
So we made it happen.
If not, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, thank you guys. And shout out to Oral Reserve for hooking us up with the supercar this weekend.
Yeah, very much so.
Supercar rentals here in Dallas.
And
Hit
shout out
'em
to
up.
Nick for the facility too.
Yes.
Absolutely sick to be able to stage all these cars behind us and do everything. It's been very helpful. Yeah.
Undisclosed location.
Thank you, Nick.
We'll post it on the internet.
Hope we become better friends and then I can say fuck you, Nick. That's a wrap, baby.
That's it. We're
Let's do
out.
it.